I need to get my tone. That's just a glow. It's just a view for me, though. Right here, especially. You gotta play music when he's beaming on me. Okay, greetings, everyone. Trying to get this sunlight. It's beaming straight here, like, whew, rah, 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 rah. Anywho, man, let me express y'all something, like what's going on, what's happening. Imagine as a child growing up from birth. What if I told you, what if I had to accept the fact that the journey really never ends? I was given the family that I had to learn secrets and dark things about, only to see my own darkness. I had to learn what betrayal was through other people. I had to learn everything what I thought I knew. I had to learn lessons through everything leading up to this very moment, only to realize the love within myself. Let me give you some experiences, because it's all perception. We all have our perception on this thing we call life. We all have our perception on this thing we call life. Isn't that what makes it beautiful? Whew. Some of us know that we had to grow up in a world full of hate. Only hate and darkness, only to realize the love and light within ourselves. Everyone hasn't been on this journey, what we call spirituality. Everyone hasn't. This isn't everyone's role. For those that you know that without the darkness there can be no light. You know, a young boy that since I had known since I was younger, since I would walk in every room, or my presence was higher, or I had more awareness, I had gifts, I just always knew it was something about me. When I was younger, I would do a lot of this. When I was younger, I was always venturing out into the woods. I was always in nature. I was always connected to nature. I could not deny it. So what if I told you a part of you realizing and becoming aware of why you are connected to certain things, because that is something ancestrally in your lineage that some people wanted to deny? What if I told you that? I had to become aware of this. People in my family knew they had gifts. They knew that I was gifted. And some of them despised it. Some of them hated it. What if I told you that certain things that the Creator, the Most High, Source, didn't give certain people, but what was given to you was for you now not to abuse it, for your light to illuminate everything that could not be hidden anymore in your lineage? What if I told you I myself had to face things and realize my heart, my frequency, my vibration was higher, more open and more aware, and I had to go through the different phases and stages of life to get to this very point, and even to this very point where I feel like I've been through, but really growing through so much. You were that seed. I was that seed. I'm that seed. I don't get too caught up in the chosen thing, because we're all chosen to be here. We're all a part of this. So I always share with people, it was you. I realized how much feminine energy that I had within myself to be so connected now to the feminine principles, and just as much pain I experienced with that feminine, that darkness, I also now leveling up and more aware to bring light and awareness to that same feminine energy that I was once consumed in. I had to learn to honor that. Even the women on my path, I had to learn and accept that they were a part of my illumination. They were all a part of my growth. They were all a part of my initiation. They were all a part of the beauty and why I am who I am today. So therefore, that which I experienced in the past, the pain, the lower vibrational me, now I gain that awareness and the beautiful feminine women that I'm attracting now. That's the aspect of letting go of the old that no longer serves us, because we're ushering in and bringing forth something that no one can destroy. I realized my whole path since I was young, I had a big heart. My heart was bigger than me because I knew I was the one. So were you, that were going to bring in a love that was unfamiliar to the earth. You are the one that bring in a love that's unfamiliar. You are that vibrational, high vibrational being, that weird, erotic, sensual, amazing, blunt, just everything that the world, the family, everybody wanted to hate, because Source knew it was you in your DNA to bring forth a new way of being, a new narrative, to create a new way. I always knew this, and I was always grateful for it. Come on, fly. Let's go on about your business. And this is why some of us are coming into this awareness now, so that you can bring in higher vibrational beings. And what I mean by high vibrational frequencies and just awareness, it's like that whole concept. We all have our individual journey to bring forth what? A new way of eating, a new way of being, a new way of creativity. Just people. I realized the men that I had, the people that was along my path, like, I only saw drug dealers. I very rarely, this language, saw true I didn't see a divine feminine, because that was in me. I didn't see a divine masculine. And what I mean by that is energies. Because mom showed me the divine feminine traits that I will carry on until I meet every woman, until I became aware of what a divine feminine is, and masculine. So this whole moment, I realized I carried all these things within myself. It was all carried along for lineages. Because I saw struggle and pain. What if I told you that was a part of the divine inheritance? Because as much as people don't want to admit to you or say this, a lot of us are the guiding light. We are the guiding light for our families and in the lineages to come. That's why we have to, why we are facing these things, why we have to embrace it, why we can't run away from the very thing that gave us life. We're not here to run away from the things that the parents that was given to us, because we are guardians. Some of us are what they call gatekeepers. Some of us are, know that they're spiritual beings, know that you're high vibrational beings, know that you are. What I realized and I became aware of is that I love because at the deep of my essence, I am love. That's why most of us are here. Some people programming are sending what? Just to simply destroy or simply cause chaos. Some people are here simply just for that purpose. But when you are at peace, you are immovable like the trees. You are immovable peace. You are unconquerable peace and love. So had you not experienced these things, had I not experienced this journey, it's truly only beginning, even when you feel like it's ending. Especially to my young kings, beautiful melanated people that have experienced so much hardship and pain and suffering. It was all accounted for. Nothing goes unnoticed in the universe. Nothing. And so, to all of you that will see this, you have your awareness for a reason to do things differently, to do things in a more unique way. Trust me, you're not the only one. A lot of us are coming into this awareness that your art, your creations, your fashions, everything that makes you who you are. I had to become aware of this, that the hate or the envy, the jealous, whatever you want to call it, all those low vibrational things only fueled what I'm here to do. Because I learned to alchemize things. I learned to turn that silver into gold. I learned to turn that pain into gain. I learned to realize that my journey was to share, was to embrace that darkness. Because I started to see people that were afraid of that. Because they were afraid of themselves. That's what it was. They were afraid of themselves, and they will easily go and tell everybody else about themselves, and this is what this person is doing. We are moving out of that survival. We're moving away from that. We're going places where other people cannot go. We're walking through doors that others people cannot, they're not welcome to go. And it's not personal, it's vibrational. We have a higher level of awareness for a reason. So when people do return or somewhat, they're still not meant to go. Again, I had to see what wasn't a divine masculine and feminine, only now to really see those things within myself, so now I can attract that. I can be that. I can see that. I'm aware of that. Aware of the energy. And then when we have seeds and the wisdom in that is passed down to them. So remember that a lot of people are not going to experience this like we do, or certain people aren't going to see the things that we see. It's all perception. They're not supposed to. There's no more convincing. You got to be so focused on yourself. That's the beauty of all this. Nothing can stop the sun from shining, the moon from glowing, the water from running, the trees and all this from happening. No one can stop your purpose. I don't care what someone has told you. No one or nothing. No one can stop or block your vision unless you abandon your vision. Nothing or no one can stop your destiny. All these things are written. Because once you're in alignment, once you realize that no one is in your way, because they're a mirror, they're like reflections of you. And once you are in these people's presence, you won't have to question. We're going to a higher place right now. We're elevating. When you're going through your you're going through your journey, and whatever you're going, experience it upon your journey individually through the phases of your life. No one knows what that looks like but you. And very few people will know what it looks like. We saw a beautiful deer. I'm finna cut a couple of them. But yeah, you don't have a face. You don't have nothing. See, that's the thing about the world. It's been telling y'all to put on these different faces, and now the mask got to be revealed. Stuff is being revealed right now. There's no secret anymore. There's no hiding anything. You can't hide from yourself. You can't run from yourself. These people are mirrors of yourself. You can't run from self. You can't hide from love. And that's one thing I truly accepted. I had to see the people that wasn't at that place with me. Some of us we're ready to be loved and embraced, but we first had to do that for ourselves. But again, in the essence of who we are love. We're returning to one, returning back to the one. So I get you, I see you. Those that are experiencing, you're on your path and you're going through as I'm walking, and also you're growing through. You're growing. None of these trees are the same. None of this looks the same, but it's all coming from the same soil. It's all connected. So just know, like, breathe. It's gonna be all right. Especially for those that, again, people are going to experience things just as, when you're going through your different phases in life, people call you, oh man, he's crazy, or he's lost his mind. And it's like, in essence, when you're losing it, you're gaining more awareness. So the beauty of all of this is that no one knows your path better than you. And so nothing outside of you can harm you. When you're walking in alignment, you're divinely protected and guided. Love people while they're here. Most importantly, love yourself. You don't have to hide love. You don't have to hide yourself from the world. I had to learn that. Spirit just sometimes sit people down and raise up other people in a certain moment. And for others that, we're at a crossroad with a lot of things, making decisions. You cannot mess this up. I'm letting you know, you cannot mess this up. There's no such thing. There's lessons to be learned. Things are gonna seem like they're being repeated, but you have to learn. Things happen in cycles, energy, spiraling up. We're elevating. There's no trying to help other people. The narrative before was not built upon truth. Marriages, and it goes so much deeper. The false narrative of what success is, and I sit back and laugh because I realize most of us that who you are with the heart that you have. Your heart and your vibration and your love is going to be needed in this moment. But most importantly, for you to take care of you, to nurture you, to never forget about you again. That's why these things have to happen the way they do. And it's truly beautiful and amazing because everyone has their purpose here. Buddha once said, people suffer because their attachment to things. And that's one thing I had to realize. Like, I got to a place where, why am I attaching myself to the idea of what people should be, how they should be, who they should be, when they should be, all those things? When I realized I was freeing myself, trying to get away from these bugs. So, breathe. Take 10 deep breaths today. I love when I walk back into that. But yeah, breathe. Love on yourself. Honor yourself. See, we're learning more higher ways of being and consciously and all those things. And like I express to people, I'm not a part of anything. I'm not here to be a part of anything. And most of what what you have experienced is because you didn't come here to conform to any of this. We didn't come here to be a part of anything. We just came here to be. Some of us simply came here and we're Some of us, you can call, I don't like to say old, but you can call it old souls or ancient souls or spirits. And people came at a higher vibration. People came at a higher level of awareness because they're a part of bringing something new in. There's nothing to hold on to. Like, this stuff it's done. You got some people that there's nothing to save anymore. They're gonna go with it. Just gonna let you know. That's what I've learned. And whoever's meant to go with you, they're gonna go with you. And you know that. You know, you can cry, get it out, and feel how you want to feel. I've been there. Go through those emotions. Don't run from these emotions. I had to learn that as a man, as a dark melanated man, as a man of color, whatever you want to call it, because that was something that wasn't normal. That was something that wasn't normal. Having to see a lot of what I witnessed, people go through so many things, have to see my mother go through a lot of survival tactics, and then her mother and so forth. So just imagine trying to do something different. And the pressure around that. The pressure around people wanting to see you, not make it. But they know deep down that you are here to do that. It's you that got to believe that, though. And that's one thing I realized. It's already written. But could you be loved and be loved? Can you be loved? Are you lovable? And can you admit that? Can you show that to the world no matter what? Love has no limitations. I've learned that. Express myself, be my authentic self in every moment. I'm not going to hide my darkness or light from anyone. I'm going to let you know what it is like. Yes. But don't come here with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But that's the beauty of all of this. And those that know me from I'm reintroducing myself. Let me reintroduce myself to the world. You didn't know me before this. And people gonna, this is another thing, people gonna have their own idea of you. Everyone has their own image and idea of you. Everyone. Does that justify anything? No. But let me tell you, that still shouldn't stop you from being you and knowing that your path is your path. That's what makes us all unique. I had to sit back and see the very people I cared for and emotion, or I realized the emotional attachment to them. I wanted them to do everything, or I felt like, do you realize, I'm trying to do something different? Where's the support? But then I realized it wasn't them for them to help me. It was others. It was other people. You don't have to question those things. So I'm telling you, now there's no giving up. There's no looking back. You still got to keep going. No matter what you do on your path, you still got to keep going because the sun's still going to shine. Things are still going to grow. Things are still going to wither away. And so what makes all of this beautiful is that, again, people die every day. Okay? People die every day. Animals, look at nature. Things chaotic happen. We don't even get to see it. This is what technology has brought a lot of stuff to the forefront. Social media and all like that. I heard a motivational speaker say, live the life that you want to leave behind. If I quoted that correctly, as I see a butterfly. Live the life that you want to leave behind. This is about legacy now. I'm going to be just straight up with y'all. A lot of the people that was in your family, depending on who it is, not just family, but certain friends or whatever you want to give those titles to, they were just a catalyst. They were a catalyst for your growth. For you to come in and become more aware of who you are, your spiritual gifts, your calling, your purpose. They were a catalyst for you to walk in that because they don't know what it is to walk in that. They don't see your visions. They don't know your visions and dreams. It was given to you. We were here to change that. And as much as some people don't like it or want to accept it, that starts with you. Everything starts with you. We didn't learn this. You know, going even to our mothers. The mothers didn't. Let me tell you something. Spiritually, mentally, I'm already out of what they call the Americas. I don't even care to be here. Because it's just, you can feel, it's like the density. You can feel the energy. It's like this place is, you go on social media, it's like death or certain things, which is going to happen because that's bringing forth something new. But it's in the essence of like, for some of us that are elevating, you know, evolving, we're going to places where our heart desires peace, tranquility, being by water, you know, where we don't have to, you know, it's bullshit. Like the programming, as a man that looks like this and having to be concerned about, just because how I look, I have to be concerned about where I should go, what I should be, how I should be, how much money I should have. Why am I dateable? Am I marriage material? That should determine how I should be loved and received as, you know, as a spiritual being or a human being. How was that even? That was nothing normal about that. I know you're out there. You're going to see this. You're going to be called to places because it's going to be so much happening, and it has to happen. Things catastrophically, like weather, everything. That shit is not happening in other countries or other, you know, all this illusion people been living in. There are places where we're being called where we will be received, and it has nothing to do with our fucking color. Has nothing to do, you know, how we want to express ourselves. And see, that's the thing where that you got people that will hold on rather than let go of the idea because their emotional attachment to certain places. It's not to say you're not meant to be in certain places. It has its purpose. But some of us know, like, what? That's not happening in other places. Death is going to happen everywhere. You know, things are going to happen everywhere. But this is why a lot of us are here now, to bring, people want to live amongst each other in peace, in love, and share, and do things in a more vibrant way. Not that, like, how do y'all see this as fucking normal? You don't respect the high vibrational beings as it is, and that's why a lot of us don't care to be here. Because we're not received and appreciated. That's why one moment we're like, man, fuck this. The next moment, like, okay, this is what I came here for. And see, that's the thing about being neutral. Some of us have a love at a vibration where it's going, you have to know it's going to illuminate everything that's not, that's unrighteous. That's not in alignment with source. Some of us are here just to be. And our vibrations, who we truly are, is simply that, is of love. A love that, you know, a genuine love. Genuine love is allowing someone to be, letting them go. And a lot of us have connected with people in relationships or whatever, all these things, just to realize that we are healing that aspect. I'm swiping away these bugs. What the? We had to connect with certain people to heal certain things in lineages. Not just ours, but, you know, other people we connected with. Sexually, you know, incubus, succubus energies that was attached to people lineages. Certain things that, you know, when people, and, you know, and those of you that tapped in, you know what I'm speaking about, like past life things up to this very moment, to bring forth a more awareness. Had I not met a lot of women and realized that I was giving off my energy and giving from a place that wasn't whole, sharing my, you know, energy and, you know, my solar energy, my sperm, and with people that I knew, like, it wasn't worthy of that because I was operating from a lower place. And a lot of our men don't realize, like, yo, that's creative energy. See, this has been ongoing. And then now that us that are sitting with ourselves, we're healing. We're healing from addictions, not just food, because some people are here to change that. Food addictions, sex addictions, alcohol addictions, things that really more focus on the material. And see, higher level spiritual beings, we coming in and changing that whole narrative around that. Where you're attracting people that, are herbalists and want to grow their own stuff. And, some of us have these things. This is, when you're meeting these people, they're activating you. When you can't deny that attraction with someone, because again, men push with their staff, they push, women pull, because their darkness, their womb, they pull, we push the light. The light enters the womb, and then there forms a star, a being. Through the cycles. Oh, wow, that's so beautiful. I just saw the moon. I want to turn this all good. But that's why this wisdom, this knowledge is given to certain people. The world is elevating. The movies, they telling you all these things. They can call you whatever, but when shit start coming and people start seeing stuff, oh my, that's a whole other subject. But I'm letting you guys know, it's you. It's you. The oneness, it's us. We here now. But I gotta keep it. If I don't get this stuff out, I realize that I know my connections, my ancestral connections. And see, let me give you this. If I knew that my ancestors, that they were speakers, that were proud speakers, that operates the throat chakra. And so if I knew that when they were being truthful and honest, being honest in certain places gets you pushed out. Some of you, in the past, we know some of the great speakers, they were, they were killed, they were murdered, but energy isn't destroyed. So for some of you, a lot of you have connections spiritually with shamans, witches, or however you want to put the terminology. And a lot of which happened in your past lives, you are here now to have victory in that. Because you're going to realize how certain people in your families and all or whatever are connected to that. And then with you, then you're here to do things differently. Such as family members or certain things been passed down, people were being raped. And now you're here to heal that part of your lineage. You're here to accept that as a woman. And to heal that aspect of yourself and your lineage. So now that cycle, all those things can be changed, and you can bring forth a higher awareness on letting your princess and your daughter know, like, hey, mama and dad, or, man and woman aren't separate. We're talking about energies. So you let her know her womb is sacred. Same with men, your staff. It's deep, it's beautiful. That's what makes it so beautiful. People on lower vibrations, they're not gonna get this. They're not supposed to. They can't even come around. They can't even be in the presence. Because your love is going, these bugs is, woo! Your love is going to, your love is going to illuminate. Your love is going to illuminate those things that which can no longer be hidden. Why do you think the people, the healers are the powers that be now? The light bringers, the bringers of the light barriers. People talk so much about these people. They talk, Satan or Lucifer. When people start to realize and become more aware why certain people were considered villains and why they came, and Lucifer and the barrier of the light barrier. If you don't have light or darkness, then what do you have? How would you be able to see in the physical if there was no spiritual? How would you know there's a moon if there was no sunlight or there was no darkness? Some of this stuff is esoterical. It's knowledge. Things that can no longer be hidden. This is what the age of Aquarius is. Oh, this is demonic. This is evil. Let me tell you something. Nothing can be hidden. There's certain things that are given to people. People knew who you were before on your path. They knew. Some people even knew they were going to come and betray you. Some people even knew they were going to come and do certain things. But this lifetime, this go round, you cannot you can't destroy energy. You can kill the flesh, but you cannot destroy my legacy. I am my legacy. I am my ancestors' fulfillment. There's nothing none of you can do about it. Nothing. I am him. I am supreme. So I'm watching me. You're not watching me. I'm watching me. That's what makes the Creator so amazing. Because now they have to watch. For some of them, that's their own punishment. They got to watch you. There's nothing or no one can do. Because love is going to illuminate all this shit. So just know that everyone's going to have their, awakening or whatever you want to title it in their own timing and it's divinely orchestrated. You're going to be magnetic because of the love. Again, I was expressing to someone, not everyone that goes in a cocoon comes out as a butterfly, love. Some people go in a cocoon and come out as a moth. But what does moths do? Like a moth to the flame, baby. That means you're still going to attract people. The moth, I saw a moth and it had the same colors as a butterfly, but it didn't do the same thing as a butterfly. Did you know that a butterfly isn't aware or it doesn't see its wings? Just because it doesn't see its wings doesn't mean it doesn't know that it's there. So that goes to show you that even some people in life, they can see what they're doing and see what's going on in their life, but they don't really have the knowledge to change it. They don't really have the courage to do that. That's why everybody's not a butterfly. So I'm going to continue my walk. Peace and blessings. Shalom.